Injuries real quick. So DJ, he has not passed his protocol, so he will be out. Eccles will be out, and then you'll see Billy Turner on the injury report. I'm not worried about him, and he's dealing with a toe. Sam McGuavin will be limited today, and then TA, Wes, and Makai will be full.
So with DJ out, does it mean Bryce Hall will start, or like can Michael Carter go outside?
We'll see. We have a plan, and we'll wait till Sunday.
What's your confidence level in Hall? He's involved in how he hasn't started in a while.
We've got confidence in all the DBs, whether it's moving people around, however we have to shuffle it. We've got a lot of guys who have played a lot of football in this league and have played at a very high level, so we'll be fine.
Tony's back.
Tony's back, yeah.
What is Hall's progress been like? Because he came in and he was coming off an injury when he was drafted, and ended up being a starter, and now he's a backup. What have you seen from him?
He's been great. He's he went from a guy that you just wouldn't want to play on special teams, for example, to I'm a backup. I'm going to attack the heck out of special teams, and he's become a very good special teams player. He approaches it. He's a professional. He approaches it day in and day out the way he needs to, and just love his mindset. Guys like him, they look at the role they're in and they look at ways to attack it and find ways to get better. And he's done that.
Is there hesitancy not to move Carter out of the slot?
No, whatever we got to do to win the football game.
Obviously, DJ has had a big impact in this time here. Just how big of a loss is it not to have him back?
It is because DJ is a special football player, and he alleviates some of the pressure of trying to be perfect with regards to matchup, because you feel comfortable about all your matchups when those two are on the field at the same time, him and Sauce. So yeah, it's him not being out there. Anytime you don't have a player of his caliber out there, you're kind of put behind the eight ball. But like I said, we'll be fine.
With ABT, could you foresee a situation where full-time he becomes your guy's right tackle?
Yeah.
His job. I know you've continually talked about he's an all-pro guard, but it seems like he's actually grading out better outside.
No, I know. He's, I talked to him yesterday about him, and he kind of looks natural out there, doesn't he? He's been doing a great job, and we'll continue always to communicate with him and make sure that he's in the best position possible, both mentally and physically. But he's. I feel like he's natural at every position. But he looks really natural out there.
It's from a scouting perspective and talent acquisition perspective. Is it generally easier to find quality guards than maybe it is tackles? Like, is tackle a harder skill set for a player to have, where him outside could potentially give you guys a better moving forward? Yeah,
you'd like to think that it'd be easier to find an interior guy. It happens a lot faster inside than it does outside, but the outside guys are usually bigger, longer. But yeah, you would say that it'd be easier to find an interior guy than it is an outside guy.
How do you felt about the way Makai's played?
He's done a good job. He's he doesn't practice on Wednesday, which you'd love for him to practice on Wednesday. We get why he can't with the knee and all that, but to continue to sharpen his tools so he can play, he can get better faster. But he's been improving, and he's been doing a lot of good things. And as the season goes, I think he'll get better and better.
How much, if at all, do you rely on, I guess, kind of your observations of Russ back in his early days when you were in Seattle versus like the past game plans you had in San Francisco, compared to the fact that he's in a completely different system now? I guess what's the balance there for you?
Obviously Russell has things that he likes, and you're seeing it. So obviously him and Sean have been communicating. As far as the player, I've said it. I think he's lost over 20 pounds. He looks like the same guy to me. He's doing a lot with his feet. He's scrambling to throw. He will scramble to run if he has to. But he's looking really good. He's starting to get. You could tell that they're starting to get comfortable. They're starting to understand each other. They're starting to understand what's being asked of each other. I'm talking about Sean and the quarterback, and that they're moving in the right direction. They're doing a really nice job.
Robert, you've faced Sean, I think, 3 years in a row, right? 2 in San Francisco, 1 here. Breeze those years in San Francisco. I think
Yeah.
it was Hill here.
Mhm.
Do you see his fingerprints, like on the offense? They only play 4 games, but can you see his system there?
Yeah, it's his system. He's with all the I'm not going to talk about what I see, but
Yeah.
it's definitely his.
So you can draw from those 3 years played them?
Yeah, there's going to be things, but at the same time, it's still because it's new and he's got a new staff and there's a lot of new voices and there's a lot of new thoughts. Definitely expecting some things that'll be new.
Did you guys play like a crazy 40s?
Trying to not remember that game. Came back the next year did pretty good, but no, he's that game. Nobody was stopping anybody that day. It was a miserable game. I'll never forget the funny story. I'll never forget that one. Our assistant D-line coach. So we give up the touchdown. And we're down by 1, and Kittle has that big run down the sideline, gets the personal foul penalty, and I could give 2 shits. I was so, excuse my language. I was just so angry and mad, and our D-line assistant was like, "We won." I'm like, "Yeah, I guess we did, buddy." But no, it was a good day. Good day.
Robert, with DJ out, would you consider having Sauce shadow Judy?
Well, you know what? It's we'll see.
Aaron, I mean, this has kind of been going on for a few weeks, but Aaron said on Tuesday his goal was to come back this season. In your mind, is that realistic?
I wouldn't put anything past him. Obviously, I think he gets stronger when people say you can't. When people doubt him, I think he's the type of guy that gets stronger. I think that's why I like him so much, because when someone tells me I can't do something, I'll just, well, watch me. And it's the same thing. He's got that mindset where if someone tells him he's not capable or something's impossible, he's like, you'll see. And so, no, I don't put it past him.
Robert, for him to come back the tail end of this season, that would probably mean you guys are in the playoff discussion. You guys are in the playoff discussion, probably means quarterback gap's playing pretty well. Is that a problem you have a lot to think about? Is that like
I'm just worried. I'm just worried about this one, but we'll see. If that problem shows up, I'll be very happy. So.
Robert, with Brees, we've talked a lot about him all week and this season, but knowing when you walked off the field last year in Denver, what type of injury it was, is it just kind of amazing to see what he's been able to do so quickly?
Yeah, his the way he's attacked rehab, and I talked about it some during the off season. He's here every single day, putting in work, and you can start seeing him kind of get confidence. When he first came back, there was a little bit of hesitancy as he was running through and practicing from practice, but he is running with intent and purpose in practice, which should translate obviously even more so than it has in the game. He's just excited for him. He's earned the right to be back where he is, and the best part is he's only going to get stronger. But if he keeps approaching it the way he has, with the same mindset and the same drive and intent, it's only going to get better.
Couple more with Zach. I know you talked about the way he's practiced all year, but do you see any lightness in his personality a little different this week? Just kind of a little bit of the walls and caving in on him this week?
For sure. He's yeah, he has, but I want to make sure I say this the right way, in that it's a looseness that will only help him get better, if that makes sense. It's not a I got it mindset. It's more confidence. Anytime you get an affirmation, it's always positive. You become what you think about, all the different cliches you can talk about. But he's in a good frame of mind. He is. When you talk about climbing Mount Everest, I mean that dude's climbing, and there's been a lot of adversity over the course of the last year, and you wish guys like him nothing but success. And aside from the team, just individually, you wish them all success. But the more he has success, and the more this team has success around him, I think he's only going to get better.
Jeff said yesterday that he thinks Quincy has been the best linebacker in the NFL this season. What's it been like seeing kind of his journey from when you got here with him to where he is now?
Yeah, he's it's funny. When Quincy was drafted, I remember we drafted Bosa. Felt like we needed a linebacker. Kyle asked us. He said, "Hey, if you want a linebacker, got to find a day 3 guy." We had our day 3 guys. He was one of them, and then he gets drafted in the 3rd round, which came with some questions for the team that drafted him. And he gets here. We have a chance to claim him, which was awesome. And it didn't start out fast. He was learning, but you could tell his length, his speed, his mindset. He's still trying to figure himself out. All of these players. It's like I said, you just don't throw these young men away. Just give them a chance. Surround them with the right people, and put them in the right system, and continue to work with them as individuals. And eventually, they find their way. And so it was never. The issue with him was never his ability. It was never his mindset. It was just he needed some time, and you could tell that in the way he approached every day. And credit to Rudy, our linebackers coach, and the environment that's created in that linebacker room. They've done a great job, and he's done a great job. And it's funny. I actually texted Dave Caldwell. He was the GM that drafted him. Right? There was a little photograph of him, and I said, "Hey, man, you were right." So he's a good freaking linebacker, man.
How challenging is it for you as a coach? Because example like Quincy, example like Zach, maybe needing more time to develop. But as a coach, you're graded kind of quickly to find, okay, we want to develop these guys, but also we need players that are going to play now. Otherwise, your job could theoretically be on the line.
No, that's always the deal that our job is to develop. And if it means we're developing for the next staff, then so be it. But our job is to pour our heart and souls in the people that are here now, regardless of the agenda that we have of wanting second contracts, of wanting to be here longer, of wanting to have success in our own right. Sometimes you're going to have to sacrifice your own wants to help the man that goes between the white lines to develop the right way. That's my mindset, and that our job is to develop. And like I said, whether it's for the next staff or not, it doesn't matter. Our job is to develop the people that are here.
Dave, engineering wrap-up. Hi, Robert. Dave Bledsoe from the New York Post. My question's a little off topic from all the others. Just wanted to get your thoughts on the atmosphere, at MetLife, particularly the 2 night games, the lights going down, the green armbands all over the place, the fans, how they've been. This is, as a coach and for players, do you guys notice that and feel anything from that's any kind of a help?
Heck yeah. A lot of credit to whoever is in charge of all that stuff, because those night games have been lit. And you always, whether you go into Seattle, you go into Lambeau, you go to Arrowhead, all these different stadiums that just where the atmosphere. Baltimore, with the way they the way they handle the scoreboards and the PA announcer and all that stuff, there's so much juice and energy that's pulled that you can pull onto the field from the fans and the total atmosphere. And these night games and the way they've been orchestrated, choreographed, or whatever the word is, has been phenomenal. But probably one of the best I've been around for sure.
I just noticed there were comebacks in both of those games in Buffalo and Kansas City, so I wondered if that had any role in
Yeah, the buzz for sure. Like because you can feel the buzz and you can feel the emotion. I learned a long time ago from Pete. Like sometimes it's okay to call a play based on feeling the emotion of the stadium and the fans and the players on the field. Like you connect with it, and you're like, and then it's all right. Let's go make an aggressive play call. Like they're on their toes. Let's roll. Let's capture this moment. And so feeling that and feeling it's a weird feeling, but you feel it when the entire connection between the players and the stadium is made, and it's like, well, let's go get one. And but yeah, it always helps.
Thank you.
For sure.
Yeah. So we're recognizing Don Drust from Cheshire High School. They're 4-0 on the season. They're ranked 3rd in the state. He's been there. He's an alma mater. He graduated from the high school, and he's been there since 2007. They just won in overtime against the top-ranked team, so good luck to them the rest of the way. All right, guys.